Bossman Asare in some wakan ukruma or media interviews. So we have Bossman Jean Mensah and Cardinal. I what this petition has to do with a DAC in 2020 elections. No more akwafo Central Coffee Lolobi and the for you can pay for Dr. Ren. Say Obi Oya Ghana ni. Na Ghana constitution, a man who trying to have a representative in parliament. Not through the misdeeds and the indiscretion of somebody or so to mean, a day before elections. Not what could tell more film. And for 4 good years, Sankro Fokowe, a representative in parliament. Also, when you look at the issue in the manner it is now, you might want to narrow the whole thing. But if you see what that place now, then you take it to Kumasi. Now you say Manshia Asawase, and other known areas in Kumasi. You say Electoral Commission say, were you more free and they are not going to have representative. Do you think Senka Ghana nipa betimatana Kumasi? But this is yes. You see, let us be honest. Let us be very honest. But because it happened in the voter region, people think, oh, it was okay. Oh, I'm actually a NDC for a political opponent, and so I'm a representative. So what? We sat in this country, and even after the elections, now some of us were hoping said this particular injustice, will be addressed. Yet now home for 4 good years. Electoral Commission and Yahoo 7 o'clock court, we were getting foolish rulings from the court. And then I said, for no man, Chroma, yet now Sadia we for 4 good years. I had baby there. So Nipana Odis argument, on your fit, on your competent, on your neutral, on your independent minded, and only the competence to sit at that particular place. And I think say, even beyond that, yet to no she must be prosecuted for taking away that particular saying right from the people. Because Dr. Ryan, you see, say Yantanasi and as a country. Now you're making sure say actions have consequences. We will continue to mess ourselves up. A new government by one who GNA and many party among for the quadri position. Do you know why people are happy? Do you know why people take cameras and as for do offices? Do you know why people are doing that? Because they think that if you mess up, you go free. Because say, you will live in an environment. You are in UK. Your mom for position. What to say your quiet party then as a for baby? Because it's a responsibility in government that has been given to you. You will be judged by what you do, not the name you carry there. You will be judged by your deeds, the legacy you're going to leave behind, not the name you carry there, where you come from, who your friends are, what your associations are. So, idea. So, we are Cremonia, we are Christonia, we are Bosonsunia, we are atheist. In your quiet moment, you go and consult your own self. How you bet me deliver to the people? I due diligence. I do the right thing. But the higher party, your friends are fanfare. Because if I mess up, there are no consequences for nobody. Because that is the kind of culture of impunity that we've created in this country. So people do anything and they get away with it. So it is about time, my culture says, establish that conventional deterrence. That should be a framework, guiding politics, governance, and leadership in this country going forward. Sebaya or mess up and you'll be a catch. So this is a crime Jean Mensah can never get away with. But in that part of the world, sometimes we say damn the one patimo, Sanema way across we and Yemen one was a soft for best and lie, a president or catch and say, your power child man and tenancy and Yemen one. Because we live in a sick society. A society is so immoral, but we pretend we are moral. So all these criminal activities, you have people intervening. A software na him for, Kromana a software na him for, a chaupa no mopa, so that people can escape crime. People can escape responsibility. And this is the culture ya create. So I'm looking forward, say, president will not treat this thing with a pinch of salt. Because you see, the constitutional framers saw the need to include this particular thing. Say, in a situation like this, say nipa no ne role na or play no endanger the prospect of our democracy. It take away public trust and confidence. We need to remove that person. And this is not going to be the first time. Akufo-Addo ya ode maame ba ya ankasa ye hu kwan of aso a odi yi ye fancy Charlotte say free ho. So it's doable. And I think the indiscretions of Charlotte say or ye bibia is nothing compared to what these people have done in the last 7 to 8 years. And I'm sure it's about time the president will take this petition serious, because it's not just about Jean Mensah. It is about the larger Ghanaian society having confidence in state institutions once again. Or the electoral commissioner is Sihono, Ubenya Tetteh or a director of Way, or to me a press conference, no Beckham Krasekasa, yeah, actually Ghana for no afani wadi. Catch us a register no 2016 to 2014, and I said be a morning reakura woman. Yeah, the Twaba. And people who are complaining about the integrity of the paper should shut up. This is somebody who is paid by taxpayer making such reckless infantile comment in public domain at a press conference, but he got away with it because he knows we are a bunch of your friends saying some kind of, I don't want to use certain words to describe us. We are divided by politics about the idea of abnormal human beings who justify these things and defend him. He said these things and got away with it. We free, somebody out in radio who defend President Kofa no by. So it's about the integrity of a commission that is supposed to be neutral, that is supposed to be independent, that is supposed to be your friend saying independent, that all discharge a sacred responsibility for the people of this country and to deepen the ties of our democracy and embolden the foundations of our democracy. So I think these people have crossed their Rubicon. Say they will be back. So President Mahama should take it serious and seek to it. Say petition on their banner. Say who's a merit woman. It should do the needful and get these people out. That is the only way confidence can once again return to these institutions. And I'm sure, we need to do this thing. It shouldn't be based on witch hunting because of, we are bantino. No, you go through the concerns being raised by these individuals. Now you share merit a woman, and I believe, there are merits somewhere in this particular petition with a few portions that I read. Because the complaints are already out there. The facts are already out there. So there is no time to be going out there to fish for evidence to justify the claims as contained in those letters or in those petitions.
The former Attorney General, Ni Ayikwe Otu, say, senior a petition and then some more de kono. Water down the petitioner no Kwame Ofosu apia say some of the queen because wakasa EC no ye incompetent. Yes, sir, EC and so declare John Dramani Mahama as president. Today na chere say EC no incompetent. No no the osusu say a friend say ofa asemo abrante ne de kono a enyina so no a de kono de very very weak.
I think a lawyer Atukwe Otu is a very experienced lawyer, and you should not also forget abanye twami na oyeti brekese okahubi, and say the Mensah be electoral commissioner okahubi no be. So you don't expect him to say anything different from what he has said. But I think the perspective for us speaking from is very narrow, because the mere fact Jean Mensah declare John Mahama president doesn't take away the fact or demonstrate incompetence. Dr. Ren, now Charlotte say onye declare Akufo-Addo president. It take away the fact now you say incompetent. It doesn't matter. If election when now when you lose or lose. So is he saying Jean Mensah could have done something to tilt the electoral results and answer saying no? The outcome no is so incontrovertible. You can do nothing about it, and that was a factor. All that the electoral commission needed to do was to replicate the concerns and answer the legitimate will being expressed by the people of this country. So that particular thing there, but the underscoring thing no has to do with trust, confidence. And then adia manfo gidie na hotoso a manfo wo the electoral commission anya hwe kura no. There are a lot of public survey polls and research out there gauge the level of trust the general public no the electoral commission. Dr. Ren, you can read the results to the people out there. These things are out there. You could see clearly say public trust and confidence in this institution are winning considerably due to the conduct and the behavior of the individuals and not or more as superintendent over these institutions. So the issue of her being incompetent has absolutely nothing to do with the declaration of John Mahama as president. And I think that the fact on the ground I support it. Because so we have some of the decisions they've taken in the past. Yet I say even registration in as for a year crano or be from constituency or they should go to the district capital. No monquire registration. So you have people queuing up at the electoral commission. We know the sort of inconveniences some of these things created. And the fact that it denied a lot of people access to go and register. The pressure and the staffer, the back and forth for political parties in the Nasa Forum and several others. I enter an electoral commission says I hooping over 80 million they acquire a new register. Then they see I'm a catch and say acquire Irish verification in Nasa Forum. Eba ene nka ho Dr. Ren yet hana ade a spend over 80 million aye new register no obi to pusiga menim said the internet level I wo pusiga sitie it may infiltrate the whole robust so-called IT system of the electoral commission transfer man for or competence wa hefa when you claim you have built a robust system Ghana for you finance it. And again, DVD machines are very sensitive materials. Elections and as for something under lock and keys. Look at the circumstances in a manner. And look at how are these people through their public utterances, trash public trust in the electoral commission in as a form. At some point in time, and ya Ghana for na ya Ghana for and beyond politics, be ya what ties I had the G who didn't as a for Dr. Red, electoral commission may jack or mind with. So I think that
who can idea my main fa asemwa ora Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ede atuja emra wokopie mu ewo yenuanom Nigeria mem was say the earlier a concession in 2024 polls was for Ghana's democracy and a year peace. Na just say uhwe a year a friend say asemwa ode atuja no dia na chese wo chese se nyese wo be kan intente mukra no ahweni ananka se ne ewu ken kebesi na ikrampo no chempa ansa na yisi wo declare 2020 about to ikrampo ye still and yenye hunu the normal of figures are the final figures are ECD declare a year the president Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
Yeah, Dr. Ren, me say the incompetence of Jean Mensah ne crew no and yet debatable. It's not up for a debate. And yes, let me take you back to 2020. For the first time in the history of this country, you saw the tension I will say. We had an electoral commission coming out with the electoral figures. At some point, okay, can percentages maybe a 110, maybe a 115, maybe a 101. A highly contested elections. You know what is at stake when it comes to presidential elections. That particular errors, not a grounds for electoral violence in the forum. John Mahama na budget tomb and everything was forgiven, even though a court in the forum. But if the opposition party then resisted based on the numbers, na oye na bin say on fan court na ebe kono abontia, ebian kamenon kana yente ha. And I agree with Dr. Baumia when he said, say, the early concession. And in our previous interview, I told you, even immediately he conceded, and I even wrote it on Facebook, say, Not me, very proud of him as a vice president because of that particular decision that he took. Because there are people who might try to water down the impact of that early concession, but what the politics are say now unim Neema na eye asteka. Trust me, you look for Bawumia and thank him for his early concession. And President Mahama cry later, ya can no, or also the beto so. But Dr. Ren, this early Sunday morning tension was cooking because people had already did their own, your friend is saying, omo putu computation putu figures together. Omunim dia wene na dia wene ye. Electoral Commission esi what is say be bosom. Not even a single constituency and a Jean Mensah can boom. And the foolish justification they were putting out there and they say political party supporters are kwaji offices are abosuntino yentumi ye. The question is say ban saying a political party supporters kwaji office boss because they didn't trust you. The root cause and they say they didn't trust you because they knew that we are biased. And you know, if there is anybody at all to blame, and I said this is not the first time elections will come out of that Ren. The better election political party supporters are quite easy offices are supposed to say, yeah, my coalition. So for that particular thing to happen, no, you need to go back and ask why, because people didn't have trust in the Electoral Commission. That is why some of us were asking, say, my men don't resign even before the elections. And the Bawumia concession, you know, and a clear way. At this delay, all the probable tension they cookie up in the morning. And then the MPP and other people gave up, say, okay, there is nothing to fight for because the person or Banokrana Jiatum say wa Lusua, then you can be more candid than the Pope. So there is absolutely nothing at stake to fight for. And that saved us on that particular Sunday. Trust me. Let no man deceive you. So that particular comment number Umiaka and no further no deep in that session say Jean Mensah Electoral Commission ain't yet credible enough. They are not competent, they are very dangerous, they are not fair to continue to run such a sensitive institution. There are a lot of individuals who can come on board to once again bring glory to the institution. The mere fact that NDC in the Warsaw Mahama president does not mean that you go and bring Obi or not see NDC ni. And you see, that is the very dangerous president that Akufo-Addo yeah. Well, we know where Jean Mensah is coming from. Ni kunu ne na sefo no ma part of this government yeah, Juma. And just no be set example say just imagine say ne John Mahama buy also afa say dun ketia so Electoral Commission. Nti Ghana for betimi akasa. You understand?
Yeah, in Kebaya didn't see a Bekasa because Akufo-Addo etwasa no a aja Mahama betimi afaso, especially Akufo-Addo ye crowd. A lot of opinion leaders, chiefs and religious body leaders we bring no account to, especially our glow for you.
Exactly. That is how hypocritical society we have become, unfortunately. That is why I get so pissed off when everybody moving from your friends the whole world
oh, na see asumnyame Israel nyankopon no ayekofa eya abobaba ya de babesi eye asori dan se nyame ya na yesum no.
Dr. Ren, and damn the windy party me nyame na yesum no nyankopon kra bi ote no, he knows that Ghana for and worshiping no. We are just damn hypocrites. Cause ye suban ne niama ye no and reflect it niama as a Christo for ye.
The way I share white here, your finance minister share white your coat to a friend is saying buy bumi samba latini to buy a sina nyamina ni esum you.
Finance minister no ko to two balance no hwan so hu na wie economy dey waja no ho no ka say your border ma sometimes no kan nipa njinni yankopon na yesom na akoma mo. How you relate to one another, how you be good to one another, how you help impact on others, how our teach society morality, how society can be disciplined. Nyamesom no, that is it. Being good to one another and then as a form. Now what we bokro no area sika. The other hospital amount cry. Eduana nkora bedi wo de makramanya onni, and you call yourself a Christian. So me, some of these things, and I think it's just wake sometimes when it comes to that particular line, I get angry. Because for my background, I told you I'm a Christian, I'm a Catholic. And the way I want to see Christianity, the way you behave, that is not what I see. So sometimes when I see these people, more trouble, yes, answer, Munis, I say, Semna, what one hour, where I hope. And so my am a Christian, you cry, oh, relate, and our affair. Because there is this rude awakening, some bush-minded individuals be a bad fa. I say, and I say, yes, I'm on a dinner school. In classes, no one social media and other platforms or more. And then we don't even see decent Christians. And it's unfortunate. And I think that it is time as you pay attention to our moral faculties. Now you're making sure say you better tremendous. Because once we lose that line, and then or software to me no be yere that or software na sorry mada and on Philly side, timbe jina social media justify why or no be yere that. Because kwasi asem.
Any about could be about cry no cry the latest news a man for can one more. You see a friend a prophet to Jabba so we are wiring and the crowd support it.
You see, so that is how shameless our society has become. And this group of people, they are all coming from one place. Oh, Kroma, or more money who are dear Yamia, you are monasifo, coming from your friend saying Kumase.
Oh,
and a prophet of more Kroma, about 80% of your own free. And in Yankopo Duhano or Chambe, Bia Kumase no could be your money. It's funny. We need to get serious. We really need to get serious in this country. You see, and yet miracle be any baby or Dr. Ren. It is about being disciplined, do what is right. And we don't teach this thing in the church no more. When was the last time I say so be preaching morality and as a forum? And sometimes some of the stories now I will hope. And you see, this kind of trivial mindset, they've even extended it to some of our guys, even in abroad. You want as for no the pastor will chrome her or send dollars in as for soften sell and a bush and tell Muntino or be or how to London or then the mammy ayaka or then the papa ninu and mayaka. Nebusi ni organ hire prophet, And what is supposed to go to the family goes to them. Onya no the talk cast near the yen near Mahunu near the farm Kramawa. It's funny. And you see, I think that these are topics that we need to look at it some of the days. Now, because our prophet, they are all coming from the same enclave. And it's not as if you don't know. The way they operate are the same thing. And I'm catch say those times now, Okoto, Mpaboa, Okwa, Nifan near the rubber shop and sending a pin their shame, no kind those way. Whenever I was turn left amount. So business na chum, and as uncle phone in a 10 year Bible. And I don't know, they bought Podi, a man for us, and Yenya maybe an almost some no.